Hello and welcome to On the Edge. I'm Ernest Granson. With us today, we have Curtis Gulka, Western Sales Manager for Questor Financial, based in Markham, Ontario, and with offices across Canada. Thanks for being with us today, Curtis.
You're welcome.
So, first of all, the term leasing doesn't really seem to do justice to this wide spectrum of options that are available for businesses that are searching for a way to grow. And your past experience in this field is very pertinent in visualizing a solution for your clients. And as you pointed out to me before, you've leased everything from a baby grand piano to $1 million pieces of equipment for farms and construction. Why don't you tell us about your background and how it led to this position?
Right, Ernest. What I wanted to do is just go back in time to provide some context, um, and the context as it relates to the creativity of leasing. When I was selling above ground fuel tanks in the 90s, we had some difficulty getting financing for these type of assets. The perception that there were some environmental risks and that sort of thing associated with it. We found leasing companies were able to step in and provide the financing. They could provide that creativity that traditional financing sources couldn't. So moving ahead, when I joined the leasing industry, the primary funder in 2002, I quickly realized the vast opportunities available. The ability to customize leases very specific to our clients' requirements was a big win for us. And now fast forward to my time with Questor Financial, and where we have 40 different funding sources, the sky is the limit. Our creativity knows no bounds, and that's really, really important. We've got funding partners who specialize in certain industries, whether it's agricultural or mining or IT, certain transaction sizes. Some of our funders are better suited for $1 million and up, others are 50,000 and below. And then, of course, a variety of credit profiles.
Well, what's the business case for leasing this equipment instead of owning your own equipment?
Typically, clients come to us and they're looking for a way to manage their cash flow. And that's likely the biggest reason leasing is such a good fit, because we can tailor it specifically to what they're looking for. There's always the tax benefit. One of the things that we have to be aware of with and explaining to our clients is they can expense their payment against their income. There are certain tax benefits that's available for them. And I think specifically to my time in agriculture, farmers typically lease grain bins because of the tax treatment. It's very distinct and very different. So that's kind of part two to that. Cash flow is part one. Some tax benefits are part two. And then, as we all know, our clients, the experience that I've had, they want to avoid obsolescence. And equipment has to be upgraded to stay current in a variety of ways. And being able to trade that equipment up on a lease provides a lot of flexibility and really and truly helps you to avoid the obsolescence of the equipment.
So there's variations in equipment leasing, including the leaseback option and also Questor's vendor program. Explain those two concepts and how would they benefit a business?
One example of the sale leaseback option that we use regularly is when clients of ours are looking to get equipment from the United States across the border. Oftentimes, our funding partners, they want to have the equipment landed in Canada free and clear before they'll do a lease. So what I would do with my clients is I would get them pre-approved for X number of dollars. They know that once they pay and land the equipment in Canada, that we will buy it from them and we can do a sale leaseback, and which is their intention from the start. It's just the cross-border issue sometimes has to be dealt with. So that's the simplest, most common sale leaseback that we see, I think. Um, the vendor programs, very different, but the vendor programs are set up very specifically to address financing availability for either specific assets or industries. And again, that's where we can tailor the requirements for the various assets they sell, and it really becomes customization, and that's what our vendor programs are designed for.
Well, let's talk about working capital, which is another important service that Questor offers. What do you suggest for companies as far as using working capital to manage cash flow?
That's exactly the point, cash flow. So our working capital options are very popular with our customers that need very flexible and typically very short-term financing. It's not tied to an asset and does not need collateral typically. It's meant to provide interim financing for things like inventory or unique one-time expenses. Most importantly, the working capital allows our clients to minimize or not even use some of their banking. They don't have to use a line of credit, for example, when that might be used elsewhere more effectively. So the working capital options for repayment are more flexible as well than a term loan, and again, designed specifically for the client's needs.
Now, you spoke earlier about the creativity of leasing. Give us a couple of examples of how you can apply that creativity to businesses' needs.
One of the core benefits that we provide our clients is the ability to customize their payments. For example, our golf course clients who do not typically have income through the winter months, we would set up their lease to be 6 on and 6 off for payments to match up when their income is generated. And that would be seasonally, of course. So same theory applies to ski resorts. We would not ask for income in July when they're not generating income. So anything that has a certain level of seasonality, we can match the payments to their income.
You know, I had a chance to peruse through the profiles of your colleagues at Questor, and what struck me was that they possess such a wide variety of experience in so many areas of business. Do you feel that that's a strength for Questor?
Certainly, it's we have some amazing knowledge at Questor, and our account managers, literally, we have decades of experience and expertise. One of the things that I appreciate the most joining Questor and the group is the way that they will share their best practices. And none of us can be an expert in our industries, so we can't know it all. But within Questor, I know I can reach out to someone and they can provide some help. Whether it's an asset specifically, an industry specifically, a credit profile specifically, the experience that they can share with me is really, really impressive.
So finally, Curtis, what gives you the most satisfaction about working with Questor Financial?
What I find the most rewarding is when we can connect our creativity with an offer that matches our clients' expectations. I know it seems cliche, but providing win-win solutions that lead to meaningful long-term relationships is the best reward we can ask for. And becoming a trusted advisor to our clients is our goal every day.
Well, it's been fascinating to find out how many opportunities there are for businesses that are looking to improve their services, to expand and achieve their goals. And so, thanks very much for highlighting all of these options.
You're welcome. Thank you for your time.
And I thank all of you for tuning in. For Business Edge, I'm Ernest Granson.